Elsewhere, the government is struggling to pay a 36 billion shilling debt owed to the Exim Bank of China that financed the construction of the standard gauge railway. The principal payment is due by June this year. In May 2014, Kenya signed a 327 billion shilling deal with the Exim Bank of China to build a 385-kilometre modern railway between Mombasa and Nairobi. The loan was to be repaid in 15 years with a grace period of 5 years. Transport Cabinet Secretary James Macharia says the government is negotiating with the Exim Bank of China to allow it to access an escrow account that is holding 17 billion shillings. The escrow account taps the cash collected from operations of the railway line to help in repaying the loan. The Chinese bank holds substantial control of the account, especially at default when railway revenues fail to meet the loan obligations threshold. Financing of the SGR was structured into two phases, with the government financing 15% of the project cost and the Chinese government meeting the balance of 85%.
Balance as of now, Chair, is about 36 billion, which we owe them. That deficit has come as a result of, the SGR being a startup operation. As of now, the cash flows are almost matching in terms of the costs of operating it and the revenues. And that's very important because after we reach that break-even point, then the SGR will be able to pay for itself. Secondly, we have money sitting in the escrow account because, all the money collected from the revenues of the SGR was being put in that account. And as of now, we have about 17 billion shillings actually sitting there. So we are at advanced stage with the Exim Bank, discussing with them how they will allow us to access those funds. And I must appreciate Treasury, because Treasury have worked with us on this one to basically demonstrate that Kenya is able to pay for its obligations. With that payment, I think, which came in January by the Treasury to Exim Bank, now they are very receptive. I think it's only the problem we have had now in the last 1 or 2 months, challenges facing China. Otherwise, I think this matter could have been concluded, whereby they could have allowed us to use the escrow account, 17 billion. So now if we pay 17 billion out of the 36, the balance actually comes down to about maybe 19 billion. By another 4 months, we have initiated the business operations at Athi River, the grain bulk, which will add another 4 million tons of cargo, coming by SGR. And this is the money which we shall use basically to pay these obligations going forward. So I agree, in the meantime, I think it's good to open the RDF because after all, as you know, we are not, as of now, going beyond Naivasha in terms of construction. And therefore, we can use the funds in that income stream to basically clear the obligations with the SGR operator. The Kenya Revenue Authority has gazetted Naivasha as a customs area. And therefore, now you start seeing the cargo going from here to Naivasha. We've got 2 shipping lines who have committed to be doing at least 2 trains to Naivasha. And that will help us in terms of the cash flows of this operation.